Okay, there are only two things you need to do to scale your agency to 50K per month, or really any revenue level you're trying to hit. Whether you're at 0K per month right now, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, you do these two things on repeat. I still do them to this day, and they will inevitably get you to where you're trying to go. They're really, really, really simple too. The first one is focus. Now, that's not focus in, the type of focus that's like work 60 hours a week, monk mode, that kind of stuff. Like, that stuff has merit. I'm not here to say that, it's not good, but that's just not the focus I'm talking about here. The focus I'm talking about here is where your attention should be going in the business, where your time and energy should be going in the business. And this is really simple because there are only two places you ever need to focus pretty much at any given time. There are slight exceptions, and I can get into those, but the first one is you don't have enough clients. So you can handle more clients, but you don't have enough clients. The second is where you can't handle more clients. You literally can't sign any more clients on because you wouldn't be able to handle it. And at any point in time, you're fluttering between one of these two states. You can't take more clients on, or you have room to take more clients on. You can take more clients on. So in the case where you can take more clients on, so let's say you could hypothetically handle as many as 20 clients at one time, and right now you have 5, you have the capacity, I refer to it as, to handle 15 additional clients. Well, what's the bottleneck in the business then? It's certainly not your ability to handle more clients, it's your ability to bring more clients on. So you don't have enough clients. That's your bottleneck in this case. In the other case where you've maxed out your capacity and you can't sign any more clients on, pretty simply, you need to increase your capacity so that you can handle more clients. Now, when we're getting into this, get up to 50K per month kind of area, right? Between 10 and 50K per month is kind of the main area I'm talking about, 5 and 50K per month, something like that. Within this area, what we're really looking at is we need to make sure we have the capacity to hit 50K per month, or at least 30 or 25 to get halfway there and then increase capacity again. And we need to make sure we can bring enough clients on to make that happen. So what you always need to be paying attention to is where should you be focusing your energy? Do you have more room to take clients on? Do you not have more room to take clients on? Again, no more room to take clients on. You have to fix that because you will not scale if you can't handle more clients. And a lot of people get into a position like this and then they don't hire and they work on other things in their business and they just kind of stay stuck. Or some people have the capacity to handle significantly more, like a significantly higher amount of clients, but they don't focus their time and attention on the client acquisition side. And the way that you can kind of figure out what exactly to focus on, because it gets slightly more complex than this, you have different funnel metrics to pay attention to, and you have bottlenecks within the capacity side and within the client acquisition side. The way to pay attention to what you can do, what you can handle, etc., is really just math. People who do math, and this is basic math, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, like really, really basic stuff. If you just do some simple math, you can understand, well, a lot of people don't even know how many clients they could theoretically handle right now, right? So like some people are concerned about signing more clients on, but they don't realize they can easily sign more clients on, right? That happens in a lot of cases. Or a lot of people, don't realize that they can't take more clients on. And it's just this weird kind of situation. And it's harder to know in the beginning, right? When you've never scaled an agency like this before. But when you have the math, when you look at the way your service works, what I mean is how much time is being taken up right now and where is that time being allocated on the service side? Is it with you? Is it with team members? How is the time being broken up? How much time is being spent on emailing clients? How about launching client accounts? How about weekly ad maintenance? How about calls with clients? Everything in there, how's the time being broken up, right? What other tasks are being done aside from that? And when we understand this, we can look at it and go, okay, well, right now, this person on my team, maybe they do the client work plus some other stuff, right? And maybe we want to have somebody else do the other stuff. So we need to get a VA, for example, to do some simple admin work. Then from there, you can gauge things better and understand what's the next move we need to make to increase our capacity. Or in other words, to enable yourself to grow, right? And what I want to jump back to on this focus side for a second, and we'll get more into the enablement side, is when you realize that your bottleneck is on the client acquisition side, or when you realize your bottleneck is on the fulfillment side, that's where 80% of your energy should be going, or at least 80% of your free time, because you might have your day-to-day tasks that you need to do. I'm not saying, oh, let everything fall apart. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying pay attention to, spend the time that you can, all of it, specifically on solving this problem. Because if you don't spend your free time on this thing, it's never going to get solved. Your job is to allocate your time effectively and focus on the right things, right? And doing this math also helps you find out what to focus on. Because again, you might realize that, like, wait a minute, we've set our service model up in such a way where, like Nick, my operations manager, for example, can handle 75 clients at any given time. It's like, well, okay, before I brought Nick on, that was not the case. Before I brought Nick on, I had like 15 to 20 clients I had 23 clients on myself, and I was like, this is way too much, right? So then I was like, I need to focus everything on making sure that we can serve these people well and not just be bringing people on and, damaging the business and damaging their businesses, right? So what did I do? I put all of my attention into making sure I could bring somebody on to handle that many clients and increase my capacity. Once I increased my capacity, then the attention went back into the sales process, right? So what we want to do, though, is, again, take the steps that enable us to scale or enable us to get to where we're trying to go, right? In this case, again, I needed more capacity. So what was the enablement move in that case? It was bringing somebody on to allow that to happen, right? But let's say we're on the acquisition side and you have the capacity, Nick's in, he can handle 75 clients, we only have 25. Well, how do we get up to that 75 client mark? And this is exactly what I did. I was like, okay, Nick's good, he can handle this many clients. Well, now we just simply need more clients, right? So I put all of my time, attention, and energy into signing more clients. And in the beginning, in the earlier phases of business, I hear this all the time. And I used to think the exact same thing. A lot of people say to me, hey, I don't want to damage my service, and I want to perfect my service before signing more people on. Totally has merit. I totally think that makes a lot of sense, and it's a smart thing to do to an extent, right? Because at the same time, the more clients you bring on, the better your service is going to get, and the faster it's going to get better, and the faster this whole flywheel moves, right? So if you're just like not bringing anybody on, like, and if you want to bring free trial clients on, bring free trial clients on. Like, that's cool too. I'm a huge proponent of free trial clients when you're in a position where you can actually like afford the time to do that without being paid, right? Huge proponent of doing that. So like, I just don't want you guys to get caught up in, some of these like minor little details when the reality is that signing more clients on often makes your life easier on the service delivery side when you're proving a new service. Again, the context of this video is more, once you've already proven a service to an extent and you have something that's working, in at least an average way, and, we want to expand on that. The more clients you bring on, the more data you have, the more iterations and little tests you can run, and the faster and faster you get better. But again, we want to focus on the right thing. Do we need more clients, or do we need to make sure we can take on more clients? Focus on just the one thing with all of your free time, attention, and energy. Look at the math, right? What close rate do we need to hit? Or, how much time does it take to service a client? How many clients can we service right now? Is there anything we're doing, and this is kind of an aside, and it's more on the enablement side actually, is there anything we're doing that is just completely unnecessary and a waste of time and energy? Is there anything that we can just stop? Because oftentimes when we're dealing with capacity limits, one of the best things that we can do is just strip the business of anything that's a waste of time, energy, and resources. Right? So maybe you're doing some kind of outreach method that's taking a fair amount of time and energy and mental bandwidth, where it's pretty much giving you no returns, and you have another process that's really scalable and it's working really well. At that point, it can actually, depending on your situation, it can actually make sense to just stop that other outreach method and just go all in on scaling the one scalable method that you have that's working really well. But to get to 50K per month, you need to have at least one scalable method or a bunch of methods that are working really well together. I prefer to go with the one scalable method approach because then you're focused on just one thing and there's only one funnel you need to optimize instead of 5. So your attention is much more direct into one thing. And I personally would do ads to get to the 50K per month mark, which is what I've done in the past as well, and something I still do to this day. So yeah, I mean, again, all you have to do is focus on the right things and enable yourself. When these two things are done, you just go through the cycle again and again and again and again. Once you lift this bottleneck, the bottleneck switches to the other side, right? Once we've maxed out our new capacity of 75 clients, well, we need to hire more people. And then once we've hired more people, now we have empty space. So now we need to fill that space, right? Just continue this cycle over and over and over, and don't stop, right? There's some more specific metrics you might need to look at, right? What's your ABR if you're doing outreach? What's your lead cost if you're running ads? How many call bookings are you getting? What's your show up rate? What's your cost per call booking? What's your close rate, right? These metrics matter, but big picture, we need to always be focused in the right area because otherwise we're just stagnating and it's our own fault. So hopefully that helps. If you do want to work closer with me and scale your agency in 2025, whether it be with the low ticket call funnel, where we sell low ticket products with ads, put them onto a call, liquidate ad budget, meaning make that money back and then upsell, or if you want to do something else, you can book a call with me personally in the description. We can chat, see if anything makes sense. Otherwise, just click whatever's popping up on screen here and I'll see you there.